And we have Jovi now, so back to the lab. Oh hi Mommy, we're back! Oh Jovi, haven't I told you not to wander away by yourself? No Mommy, you don't understand. Big Brother was lost, so Jovi brought him here. If Jovi weren't there, Jovi bets he'd be crying now, saying he can't go home. No, I wouldn't. Where'd you get that idea? Right, Big Brother? Oh my, Jovi, you're such a brave and resourceful girl. But that's quite enough for today. Besides, Adam must be tired of waiting for you. Oh my gosh, I was in the middle of hide and seek. Okay, Big Brother, I'll see you later. Bren, thanks for finding Jovi for me. Oh yes, Professor Crane wanted to see you. Go see him right away, please. Wow, someone plays favoritism between their kids. Just want to check and see if anything's changed. We now have 2 Pokemon in my room. That would personally drive me crazy, having a sibling that's always having the run of my room. And Addon is asleep. On closer inspection, Jovi's attempts at makeup become apparent. I don't know how anybody could sleep through having makeup put on their face. Especially if you're sleeping under an uncomfortable table. Oh, Bren, welcome back. Were you gone far away? Huh? The director? He went downstairs just a little while ago. Didn't you bump into him? Yeah, you have to talk to this guy in order to progress the story. Then we just head down and find Professor Crane. I just want to heal really quick, because I did have a battle with Chobin, so I might as well be at full health. Hey there, Bren. I've been waiting for you. I want to show you the snag machine. Has Aiden said anything to you about the snag machine? I'll just say no, it doesn't matter what you pick. The snag machine is a special device for snagging Pokemon. The 2 of us, Aiden and I, were developing it, and now it's finally finished. I'd like to begin testing it immediately. Will you help us? Yeah, that's kind of the point of the story. Okay, step inside, please. I should tell you, the snag machine is an outrageous piece of work. After all, it's used for stealing Pokemon from other trainers during battle. But we didn't make it to steal Pokemon indiscriminately from trainers. Bren, you've heard of Shadow Pokemon, haven't you? They're Pokemon that have been turned into fighting machines after having their hearts closed by artificial means. They're to be pitied. We've developed the snag machine to take back such modified Shadow Pokemon. Why this machine is needed now, I can explain later. But for now, I'd like you to test our snag machine. After all, you're the best trainer at the lab. The snag machine is inside this case. Try equipping it right away. Now just examine the case and we'll get a cutscene. Wow, it fits you perfectly, and it looks cool too. I'll also add a new feature to your PDA. It's called the Shadow Monitor. It lets you check data on the Shadow Pokemon you've encountered. Yeah, we had this in the other game too. Thank you, Aiden. That's it, Bren. That's spot on. From here on, it will be a lot easier to just show you how it works in practice, rather than trying to describe it. Let's go upstairs to the Battle Sim System room. Whoops, how silly of me. I almost forgot to give you these. In order to use the snag machine, you need at least one Pokeball, so I'll give you these. And we get our obligatory 5 Pokeballs. Pokeballs aren't used in the OR region, so we import them from another region. Okay, now we're set. Let's go hurry to the director. What's going on? Who are you people? And of course, before we can do that, chaos ensues. What's happening? Did you hear screaming from the reception area? Yes, I did. Who couldn't? It's terrible, Bren. Some strange men came barging in and took off with the director. You just let him in? It's a great security we have here, by the way. I mean, the entire lab is, like, made out of glass. We have, you know, top secret equipment. This place would be so easy to bust into. Will you let go of me? Where do you think you're taking me? I'm taking you to your new lab, Professor. What? My new lab? Move it. We don't have any time. If you don't want to get hurt, hustle yourself into the car. You people. What are you? Humans. I would guess humans. Can't really talk to anybody. Just go to them and... Huh? What is it, punk? You're going to play hero and try to stop us? I don't show mercy to anyone, not even kids. And whenever this little animation plays, it's a sign that there's a shadow Pokemon. Bren, the Aura Reader is responding. That's a shadow Pokemon. Yeah, that's what I just said. Hurry and throw a Pokeball at it. Now this Teddiursa you can't even fight. You just throw a Pokeball at it and it will be an automatic capture. I guess it was meant to be a sort of tutorial and a way to give you 2 Pokemon, as despite what we've seen so far, almost all of the battles in this game will be double battles, just like in Colosseum, where you have 2 Pokemon out on the field at once. Which I kind of like. I kind of prefer double battles over regular Pokemon battles. I just think there's more strategy to it. What was that? My shadow Pokemon. Was that a snag? He just somehow knows what that was. Kid, what is that machine on your arm? Could it be a snag machine? What the heck is it doing here? That's big news. Come on, move it. I need to report this to headquarters, like, now. Safety first. Did they just throw him in, like, the back of a metal van with, like, no padding or security whatsoever? I'm surprised they didn't try to deal with me either. I mean, all I have is an Eevee to fight back at them with. Not to mention I have the snag machine. They took the professor away. Don't cry, Jovi. I'm sure Professor Crane will be okay. We've contacted the police and the proper authorities about Professor Crane. They should let us know if they discover anything. I still can't believe this is happening. Professor Crane predicted that someone would again try to make Shadow Pokemon. His prediction was on the mark. Bren, the Teddiursa you snagged probably isn't the only Shadow Pokemon that was made. When the Purify Chamber is completed, we will be able to save many Shadow Pokemon at the same time, but... Professor Crane is crucial to this project. Without him, there's nothing we can do. Let's complete it. We'll finish the Purify Chamber ourselves. Gosh, I am not a fan of these character models. They just look really weird to me. Lily? The director's not here. It's hopeless. There isn't any possible way to get it done. What, was he working on it by himself? Are you guys just janitors? You're on the verge of finishing. This isn't the time to feel sorry for yourself. The Purify Chamber project got this far not because Professor Crane was here. We got here because we all worked as a team. Having come this far, it would be wrong to stop now. Our pride as scientists is on the line. Let's finish the project as one. Things will get very busy around here. I'll go upstairs and check on how the data processing is progressing. Jovi hopes the professor is okay. Jovi hopes he isn't hurt. Well, he's probably banged and bruised a little from that car ride, though. Will he wait until Jovi gets bigger and goes to rescue him? Friend, we've got to purify that shadow Pokemon you've caught soon. But the Purify Chamber won't be ready for a while yet. What would be a good idea? The old-fashioned way? I mean, we don't need the Purify Chamber to purify shadow Pokemon. We've proved that in the last game. If those horrible men come back, they'll come after me, I'm sure of it. Why? What's so special about you? All you do is sleep at the front desk. And I've already talked to this guy, so I'm not gonna... I just want to see if they have anything to say about the abduction. We're so close to finishing the Purify Chamber when the director was taken away. No, 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 this is not the time for moping. I've got to focus and work on getting the project finished. I get it now. I understand why Professor Crane and Lily were in such a hurry to get this project completed. If shadow Pokemon are being made somewhere by criminals, we have to restore them to their natural state using our system. And nobody's in there anymore. Oh, how could they? Who would kidnap our director and why? I demand answers. I'm sorry. Yelling at you doesn't help a thing, Bren. I don't know, maybe they kidnapped him because he's the only one who can foil their plans. Bren, do you remember the Shadow incident 5 years ago? A criminal syndicate named Cypher plotted world domination by producing shadow Pokemon as their weapons. Fortunately, 2 brave young people defeated Cypher, and shadow Pokemon were restored to their natural selves. This tale is becoming the stuff of legend nowadays. Especially since our 2 main heroes from the last game apparently just vanished. Is it true that the director was abducted by thugs? Darn! Bren, get stronger using my system and teach the kidnappers a lesson they won't soon forget. I've heard, Bren, it's so hard to believe that someone would abduct Professor Crane. No, it's not. Oh, that's right. Bren, I heard you got a new Pokemon. The Battle Sim system simulates many situations. Would you want to train it now? No, I'm not going to. I have plenty of chances later. Yes, you're right. I guess it wouldn't be in the mood for a battle at a time like this. Now our next area has several battles, so I'm gonna demonstrate battling there. Basic data should be fine for now. Keep going with it. Friend, you came at the right time. May I get you to run an errand for me in Gattonport? We've ordered a special machine part for the Purified Chamber from the parts shop. Gattonport is due south from here. It's not far, but be careful. Jovi knows the part shop. It's next door to Emily's house. Emily's house? Jovi, Mommy, can Jovi go too? Jovi wants to help everyone. Jovi, I appreciate the offer. I know you want to help, but it is an important component. Okay, Jovi, you're a member of the lab staff too. You may go if you take Bren with you. She just gives in like that. Dear, would you mind going with Jovi? Okay, Mommy. Big Brother is Jovi's assistant. You have to listen to Jovi, Big Brother. And she's in our party again. Off we go to Gattonport. But yeah, irresponsible motherhood again. Ren, Jovi, both of you, be very careful please. I'm counting on you two. With our director kidnapped, the only thing we can do is keep moving forward with our development work. That's why Lily is working so hard to finish the Purify Chamber as soon as possible. But no, we just had an abduction from the lab and yet you're sending both of your kids to pick up a delivery? Oh, I never imagined something this huge would happen while I snoozed. If this is a dream, let me awaken now. Yeah, we have a criminal syndicate that just abducted one of our members and is out for revenge, and you're sending your two kids out to... Ugh! If it really was Cypher that raided the cargo ship, then we've got big trouble. All the Pokemon on that ship could end up being transformed into Shadow Pokemon. Do you suppose maybe that the same bunch that kidnapped the director also has something to do with the missing ship? Who can pull off capers like that? Could there be anyone besides Cypher? You're off to Gattonport with Jovi? Gattonport, like the name says, is a port town. It's due south of the lab. Take care on your trip. I'm sorry, I do not like Lily as a mom, at all. Is it really true? Was our director taken away? Really? It really is true? But why would anyone want to kidnap Professor Crane? This whole thing happened right next door, and yet she's oblivious to it? Until our director returns, this lab will likely be overseen by Lily. Lily has an exponentially high sense of responsibility. I worry that she may drive herself too hard. You're the only person that Lily can lean on. You be sure to support her. I'm like 10! She's an adult woman! Why? Oh my gosh. And yeah, she has such responsibility, except when it comes to her kids. Ow, that is one experience I don't want to repeat. I must have been rough for you too, Bren. I wonder if the director's okay. He's a thinker, not a fighter. Yeah, I noticed. I'm still steamed over this. I wouldn't have lost to them in a Pokemon battle, but these cowards jumped me without warning and punched my lights out. Oh, by the way, did you see them running off towards the southeast? Their hideout should be somewhere in the southeast. Well, they're completely idiot criminals if they just go directly to their hideout. Hey, Bren, Jovi, where are you two off to? Jovi has an important trip to Gattonport. Big Brother is Jovi's assistant. I'm getting really tired of that, Jovi. Bren is your assistant? You must be confident with such a good assistant, Jovi. Anyways, Bren, could I ask you to hold on to that snag machine and use it? There are many other Shadow Pokemon out there. If you spot one, rescue it from the criminals. I'll make approaches to the authorities and other people to have Pokeballs available for sale at the shops. There's more. I want to give these to you, Bren. They're documents on Shadow Pokemon that Professor Crane and I compiled. Please read them. And that's what I'm gonna do now. But hey, here's an idea. Why don't you just have Pokeballs shipped to the lab? Crane member, regarding the snag system, Shadow Pokemon are victims of criminals who use them for misdeeds. They must be taken from their bad masters and protected. The most effective means of taking such Pokemon from criminals is the snag system developed by Cypher 5 years ago. It is an unforgivable act among trainers to steal another trainer's Pokemon, but there is no other way to save Shadow Pokemon. The snag system was originally designed to steal any Pokemon from trainers. We must immediately develop a system that snags only Shadow Pokemon and nothing else. Yeah, I'm gonna go through these kinda quickly because they're not too important. Regarding the Aura Reader, it is impossible for ordinary people to distinguish shadow Pokémon from regular Pokémon based on appearance. In developing a new snag system, our biggest challenge was devising some means of recognizing shadow Pokémon immediately. We solved this challenge with a headset device that senses shadow Pokémon. We named the headset the Aura Reader. Ordinary humans, except for our companion in Colosseum, who was just somehow magic, I guess. And next, Gatton Port, a lively seaport with active trade. Loitering sailors are a common sight. This is our next destination.